Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. Ladies, you have to decide. Now, what y'all must be thinking is Rom having us decide. Ladies, there's only really one choice here. There's one choice. And you have to make it. And for those of y'all looking for Mr. Right, it's really the only choice. And real quick, please don't deflect to the men. I'm speaking to y'all on here. When I speak to the men, I will speak in a different tone and in a different way so that they get the same message. All right? Please don't do that. Okay? Ladies, please don't do that. And for the fellas, don't help out too much. This ain't a men's channel. So anyway, it's a shame I gotta make those announcements. But anyway, ladies, do you want to be independent or do you want to be in a relationship? Because what I'm seeing with a lot of women is that they want to be both. They want to be Miss Independent, but then they still want that guy. Like they'll get in there and say, well, I ain't going to cook for him. I ain't going to do all this and all of that. Okay, fine. You want to behave like an independent woman, but then you still want that status of a ring or saying you in a relationship, but you ain't doing anything for the man. Because it's not about serving the man. It's about understanding that you're no longer independent. And when you in a state, when you no longer independent, you got to take the other person in their feelings and whatever into consideration. You know? But some people make that a thing of, well, you know, I ain't going to cook for him. I ain't going to do this. So what's the point of y'all getting together? Are y'all working with each other in a business? No. Okay, what's the point? Maybe to raise a child, something. Okay. I mean, but are y'all really doing that? Because I've noticed a lot of women who stress the independent thing. They don't want to, they might not even want to have kids. I mean, you sitting back and you just like, what? See, understand, when you're in a relationship, it's not two people just going along or sharing space. That's some bull. That is some bull. For either a man to do it or a woman to do it. Or for a woman to do it or a man to do it. When you're in a relationship, it's literally a ship. It's two people coming together. And a good allegory is these two people are on a river, on a ship. Now, in order for that ship to work, I mean, regardless of who's captaining the ship, that's my word to trip over, regardless who's the captain, you still got to have cooperation because then everybody still has to have a job in it, and you're still not on that ship by yourself. Because I'm gonna play. Because I know some women say, "Well, I wouldn't let a man lead that thing." Okay, fine. You still need his cooperation. You can lead it. I mean, you know, there's 1,001 arguments why they ain't gonna work out, but you can still try. But you still, regardless, you need his cooperation. You can't be Miss Independent. I'm gonna do all this and then go find him when some shit go wrong. Y'all gotta be cooperating. Y'all gotta be working with each other because y'all in that ship. And even if you have an idea where that direction you want to go, shoot, he still gotta work the engines or something. He gotta do something because it's useless to you if you still want to be Miss Independent and do things your way, but he ain't cooperating. But in order to cooperate, it takes two to cooperate. Otherwise, you're independent. You can't go in with one agenda, he goes in with another. That ship going to run into the ground. It ain't going anywhere. It's not going in the direction. You know, but yet many women, they go into what they think is a relationship, and they still want to do their own thing. And I'm like, nah, baby. Nah, baby girl. Nah, sweetie. You still got to cooperate. And you got to decide if you're going to have that thing because, look, if you want to go further, first of all, if y'all in a relationship and you want to take that relationship to that status of marriage, you know, that's a business at that point. That's a business, and you got to think about stuff. And then when you bring kids into it, you got to think about, okay, where we going to live? How we going to raise these kids? What type of school we going to go to? How we going to educate them? What we going to feed them on a regular basis? That decision is made together, not just one at a time. Even if they following you or you following them, you still got input into that decision. But even get to that point, you gotta be that type of person who wants to cooperate and see it as two people becoming one. Two people on the same ship, same direction. Now, and that's been a big problem. People talk about sex killing relationships, like a sexual connection, but really, you don't have to be in a relationship to have sex, so that shouldn't even be brought up. But that's a part of it, but it's an important part, but still, you don't have to be in a relationship. The relationship is what y'all doing when y'all not having sex. And, you can't be talking about, well, I got my money spent for this. You might have some individual stuff, but some stuff y'all need to come together on. At least have a viable division of labor or a division, like who going to spend money on what. That's cooperation. But see, a lot of women have embraced the idea of being strong and independent. But then they still want a husband. And then not only want a husband, but want that husband to behave as a husband. Now, and ladies, this is why I say no deflections allowed here. I'm telling y'all the real deal and what we're seeing. What men as a group are seeing on this Billy. We're seeing a bunch of women who want to still be independent but still be in a relationship. Now, let's turn this around. How many of y'all women have dealt with a guy who you might have married him or been in a relationship, but he wasn't cooperative. He's just poking you every now and then. He might escort you to some things publicly. You don't like it, right? You want him to be cooperative and all of that. Well, men want to see that same thing. But it's up to the woman, because we can't force a woman to be cooperative. We can try to coerce her if we not really understand women. We can try to say, hey, it's my way to highway. We can say all that, but ultimately, you have to have that cooperative mind spirit. And in fact, that's what men say. One of the main things a man will say about a woman is she's giving cooperation. That's one of the main things. Not even that she's pretty or got a fat ass or something like that. Is she cooperative? But if you get a woman want to do her own thing, want to be Miss Independent, shoot. If the man's serious about a relationship, he ain't turned on by that. And like I said, it ain't about control, but it's about y'all working together. Y'all have y'all division of labor, whatever, but y'all working together. However y'all want to decide. Shoot, y'all might want to decide, hey, we'll take turns steering the ship. And really, technically, in a relationship, depending on the situation, that's why it's supposed to be anyway. There's some stuff that men are going to be better at. There's some stuff women are going to be better at. At least for the first 7 years, the woman is the main one who's going to be in charge of the nurturing of the baby, at least during the first 7 years. The children, because, y'all got the breast. Y'all got the breast. Y'all got the temperament to deal with some of these heathen little kids. That's not our thing. We want kids to be a certain way. So there's some things y'all got some temperament with. If we were in a more natural society, y'all would be dealing with the family's healing. But then as the child gets older, needs to go in the world, needs more structure, then that's when the man gradually takes over. And then the woman might have to shift to something else. But regardless of how it works, the man might have to cut back more on how he working, and the woman might need to take up the slack a little bit. But regardless of y'all on the same page. So, but to even get to that point, woman has to decide if you want to get married, you got to decide, okay, all right, I need to be cooperative regardless who I marry. We need to work together. We need to, make sure the ship is being steered right. In fact, if y'all doing it right, yeah, he's going to steer sometimes. Sometimes you're going to have to steer, depending on, like I said, depend on the situation. And that's cool, but it's still a spirit of cooperation. But you won't get there if you're thinking, I'm just going to be independent. All right, first of all, I need to do a video talking about that too, because if you give off that spirit, you don't need that man. He's not going to be drawn to you. He is not going to be drawn to you. And but I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that later. I'm gonna get into that a little bit more, probably next week or something. I'll do something. So anyway, ladies, that's all I got for you. Peace and blessings.